Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do Godzilla 30 for 30! Yes! Yes! Godzilla 30 for 30, bringing you the third episode, the third video, out of 30 for the next 30 days, hopefully. If not, 35, 40, maybe. Depends how it goes. But this video, we're going to discuss MechaGodzilla, and we're going to discuss from bad to good. And MechaGodzilla, when you talk about Godzilla, first of all, let's talk about this. Godzilla's gone through many changes over the course of his existence, from 54 all the way down to the now very controversial Shin Gojira. Many different changes, forms, suit changes, roar changes, everything. I would have to say that MechaGodzilla is probably the second kaiju in that universe to go through that many changes. And I don't mean physically per se. I mean, his general look has always been the same. But when you consider 73, 74, then the 90s, then the Millennium series, I mean, he's been around and he's had so many different iterations. First, he started off as an alien-controlled robot. Then he was a robot created by aliens but controlled by a psychic woman. Then he was controlled by humans. Then he was the bones and the essence of the original 54 Godzilla. Lots of changes. And he's gone from being bad to being good. And obviously we saw him on the good side in the 90s being controlled by humans. And I gotta say, I've always been partial to the 70s MechaGodzilla. There's something about that movie that just holds a special place in my heart. It's probably because it's the first Godzilla movie I've ever seen, and also because of the fact that I really love that design. That design from the 70s is just incredible. It's one of my favorite suits. I wish I owned the fucking thing. It's just so badass. And I've always liked it. I've always liked it. I think that is one of the best suits that they've ever made because it looks so real. Even now I look at it, I'm like, wow, that is such a fantastic job. You know what I mean? It's such a fantastic job what they did with that suit. And it was cool. It was cool. There was nothing like MechaGodzilla when he came out in the 70s. You know, when you look at all these crazy sci-fi movies, you have this big monster that's shaped like Godzilla. He shoots missiles from his fingers, his toes. He shoots laser beams from his eyes. He shoots a laser or some sort of electrical beam from his chest. And he just has this arsenal of weaponry that just made him so cool. And during the changes through all the many years, he developed different weapons. You know, he developed more enhanced weaponry, ones that were more effective against Godzilla, especially in the 90s. We all know that MechaGodzilla literally killed Godzilla in the 90s movie. If it weren't for Rodan, obviously bringing him back. But that's how badass MechaGodzilla is. And you know, it's funny, when I think back to my prior video, Godzilla's Biggest Rivals, yes, definitely MechaGodzilla could be up there. You know, I didn't think about that. I still think it's Mothra to date, but MechaGodzilla and Ghidorah are definitely pushing for a close tie for second. In fact, I'd probably give second to MechaGodzilla now that I think about it and put Ghidorah on third. But nonetheless, this is a kaiju that has gone through so many changes over the course of the years that when you look back at his original form and you look back at his most recent iteration, the core essence of him has remained the same, but certain little details have changed about him. But for the most part, he's always had the same shape as Godzilla. The roar has changed. His weaponry has changed a lot. Soon he started getting attachments to his body, and he obviously that weapon that was hitting the weakness of Godzilla and pretty much laid him out. So MechaGodzilla, from bad to good, although it's so weird when you look at the MechaGodzilla 2 movie and you compare it to Terror of MechaGodzilla and Godzilla vs. MechaGodzilla, and even though he's supposed to be good, he felt like the villain. You know, we knew he was the villain in the 70s, but in this other movie in the 90s, he was supposed to be the good guy, but he felt like a villain because, I mean, who else didn't feel pissed when he killed Godzilla, even if only for a moment? I was lit. I was like, wait a minute, what? He killed Godzilla? So it's just amazing how that character has really evolved over the years, not only from a physical standpoint and how the suit changed, but also from a story standpoint. Switching from the alien side to the human side was a great thing. He's good until he kills Godzilla, then fuck you again, MechaGodzilla, fuck you again. And that's another one of my favorites from the 90s, because it gives you such a conflicting feeling. Because in the back of your mind, yeah, you kind of hope the humans find a way to get past Godzilla and stop him. You root for Godzilla because you love him and you want to see him destroy the city. And when MechaGodzilla comes in, a robot Godzilla that has been defeated twice before by Godzilla gets bested. Godzilla gets bested by him. You get a little ticked about that. Definitely. But overall, I think MechaGodzilla has been one of the greatest assets in the Toho universe of kaiju. And I'm still very partial to the 70s MechaGodzilla. I always will be, because I just think that design is one of the best. But MechaGodzilla overall as a character is just one of the best kaijus in Toho's universe. And I hope to see him again one day. You know, I know we probably won't see him in Legendary as much as I would like to. I just don't think it fits their universe and what they're trying to do. Although now I don't know, because it looks like they're getting to the cheesy side a little bit for the better. But hopefully we do get to see him in maybe Toho's hopefully new universe if they decide to keep going with Godzilla movies after Shin Gojira. Time will tell. We'll just have to see. What do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about MechaGodzilla? What are your thoughts on him, his evolution throughout the years? Share your comments below so we can discuss it. Until next video, this is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. You can follow ETN on Facebook, Twitch or Twitter, or join the Nation Facebook page. Don't forget to click that subscribe button on your way out. You're watching ETN. Share and subscribe.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do Godzilla 30 for 30! Yes! Yes! Godzilla 30 for 30, bringing you the third episode, the third video, out of 30 for the next 30 days, hopefully. If not, 35, 40, maybe. Depends how it goes. But